I'm Richard from Design and Build, and this is my tiny little workshop.
Dude, oh my gosh. How have you fit all of this in here? Dude, I don't know how you've packed everything in here. Like, I've been here a couple of times and I feel like every time we come here, there's more and more stuff in such a small space. What's new in here? I mean, obviously these are new.
This is a 3D printer. This is Bamboo Lab X1 Carbon. Really, really handy unit. It's pretty much running 24/7. And then over here, this is actually a brand new addition. This is a desktop CNC machine. So I can now cut aluminium at home, or machine aluminium. So it's actually a 4-axis. And yeah, I'm gonna make a heap of car parts on this. So super excited to use it. Bit more complicated than the 3D printer.
Yeah.
A lot of learning, but yeah, super pumped.
So essentially what you're doing, you're just chucking a bit of billet aluminium in here and it'll just cut it away like the CNC would, I guess.
Exactly right, yeah. You gotta select, like, you gotta do the CAD obviously, do the tool paths, like pick all your tools. You got to change all your tools manually, but yeah, it should be able to just machine blocks of billet.
Yeah, damn. So like in the way of like calibrating this sort of stuff, is it similar to a 3D printer? Like, does the bed level, or is there a bit more like involved?
It's quite a lot more involved.
Okay.
Yeah.
So not something I'm going to buy on Friday and have something sick by Sunday.
I think it's like even, I mean, it's, yeah, for me to get a really good understanding of this machine, it's going to take months.
Okay. Yeah. I'll tick that one off. I don't need that. Yeah, that's fine. Sick. I feel like because there's so many things that change here, it's kind of like...
I mean, everything's just been like neatened up and tidied. I've got some new welders, got a new MIG and a new TIG. We obviously do a lot of alley fabrication here. So the TIG is like the backbone. I mean, that's what I enjoy doing the most.
How has your TIG welding been? Has it come from the last couple of months?
It's like just like riding a bike. If you don't do it for a few months, you just got to take or do some practice and then get back on the bike.
Well, I mean, like you said, dude, engineers can't use tools anyway. So
that's right.
It's all pointless. It's all pointless. Don't worry about it. What about anything else?
Yeah, the toolbox, like, I mean, it doesn't come with these shelves and the tool holders, but I put them in. They're like $40 off Temu. Like,
you just screwed them into the pegboard.
Screwed them into the pegboard, like screwed the chargers in. Yeah, it's really transformed it all.
That's very sick.
Yep.
I like that. I like being able to have the little cases and kits accessible and ready. I don't like tuck mine in a drawer because it's like, where are they?
Yeah, exactly right.
Nah, very cool, man. Sick. All right, I guess let's go outside because I know there's a ton of new things in the backyard that I keep eyeing.
Yeah.
I want to know. Do you reckon I can go in here? This is not made for people like me, bro. I think this is more for me.
For you, for like average. I've had a few tool friends come over and they're like, this is
This sounds like a concussion waiting to happen, to be honest. I know the last time that we were out here, the last thing I saw was a dining table and like boxes and storage and stuff, but now you have a brake, cutting things, a plasma tape, like, run me through what's new here and why you do this.
We'll start with the plasma.
Yeah, run me through the big boy.
This is where you get raw sheets of metal, obviously.
Yeah.
So this is a Blue Carve Spark. It's a full sheet table, so you can do 2400, 1200. I've made this table for it and just bolted a computer to it, essentially.
Very engineer review.
Yeah.
So what I'm hearing is people who complain about not having enough space are just complaining.
That's right.
Yeah, cool. So what else is over here? So you've got
so this is a 45-ton hydraulic pneumatic press.
Yep.
So this is really for folding thick stuff.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So is this folding the sheet?
Correct. Yeah. Cool. So probably like, I don't know, 3mm steel I'll do on the pan brake, but then everything thicker, like 5, 6 plus.
Yeah, damn.
This will do it.
I mean, man. Like the idea of folding 6mm steel is not really, that's not on my list of things to be doing on a Friday afternoon, so I'll leave that for you, man.
Yeah, I got a bandsaw, so this is a ripper one. I mean, we have to do a lot of plumbing for the builds that we're doing.
Yeah.
Like, got to do intake and exhaust and all that sort of stuff. And
so you manufacture, you're essentially fabricating that here yourself.
That's right, yeah. Look, you can get by with just a grinder.
Yeah.
But to do it precisely
if you're going to do it, why would you, like, do it right?
That's right.
Like if you have the ability to, I would go down this route if I had the want and the need, I guess.
That's it.
Like
yeah.
a grinder's all good and well until you sneeze and then it's all cooked.
Oh man, yeah, exactly right. Yeah. So this just makes it a lot quicker. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I did my first car, Barra 45, with the grinder.
Yeah.
And it was fine.
How many times were you filling joints with extra weld?
Yeah, the welds just ended up so much worse.
Yeah.
So anyway, this helps me a lot.
I saw as well, like in here, obviously we're not going to show the car because that's not what we're doing. But I saw you've got the bike here on the stand.
Yeah.
What's your plans with there? I can see there's a little blue cover here.
Yeah, so I'm just mucking around with the CNC and I'm going to make a new clutch cover for it essentially.
Yeah, rad.
And yeah, I just want to start making
making
like custom billet parts. Yeah.
I also saw these as well earlier. Having nice like labeled tubs of stuff is exactly what I'm into. I hate just like throwing stuff in a drawer and hoping for the best.
Yeah, man. I try and keep it clean and organised, and you know, so if anyone's using this space and they know where to look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the difference, right? When you step from being somebody who's just doing stuff at home to someone who's working in a shared space, I guess.
Yeah.
Like there is a bit of like change up that needs to happen, really, right?
That's it.
Did you struggle with that? Like, did you struggle with going from somebody who was just mucking around in their shed doing cool shit to then having more people here and helping you do cool shit?
Yeah, a little bit, because I find that I'm focused on a task and then someone asks you a question and you get distracted and then you're not as fast at the task that you were doing.
You're like stretching out your resources.
Exactly,
right?
yeah. But when that person becomes very knowledgeable and they know this space well, then it's like having two of you.
Well, this is sick, man. This is rad. I mean, I feel like the next time we come here, it's going to change a lot.
Yeah.
Like, it's only been 4 months since the last time I was here, and it is hugely different. I can imagine next time there's going to be a hoist in here or like an underground bunker or something ridiculous. So.
Yeah, down is the cheapest way to go now.
So. Just dig a bunker outside.
Colin
Furs style.
Exactly
sick,
right.
dude. All right, bro. Well, we'll leave you to it, so we'll get out of your hair. It was an absolute pleasure.
Thank
you very much, dude. And I can't wait to see how this mystery car comes along for the month of November.
Can't wait, actually. Can't wait myself.